I'm not wearing earrings. Nope, I know what I want to wear. These are like my favorite earrings. Hello, morning sunshine. I swear I wear them at least once a week. Okay, now we have earrings. We are all set. Hello again, my wonderful, beautiful friends. My name is Lydia and I am a digital artist and graphic designer, and today I wanted to show you what's in my bag. I mean iPad. As a digital artist, I don't have a lot of physical art supplies, so instead of showing you what's in my art bag, I'm showing you all the contents of my beautiful, powerful iPad. I got my iPad back in 2018 as a graduation gift, and it has been my loyal companion ever since. The only reason I still have a laptop at all is because there are things that I physically cannot do on my iPad that require a laptop. So I just wanted to show you everything I put on here to make it so powerful. For starters, this is a 64 gig, 10.5 inch iPad Pro from 2018. I'm currently at about 53 gigs, and I regularly do a backup and storage clearing to keep it running smoothly. I did start running into some touchscreen issues last year. It just wasn't registering my finger touches, but I've since added a paper-like screen protector, and that helps a little bit with that. It has a little screen anomaly on the right-hand side, which is probably from where I rest my hand to draw, but other than that, it's still in great condition because it is my baby and I don't let anything bad happen to it. Okay, so let's start looking through my iPad. So I'm gonna start on my business screen and get the boring stuff out of the way before we move to the fun stuff on my home screen. So on the left-hand side, I have a charging widget that lets me keep track of all my percentages and a screen time tracker, so I am paying attention to the right things. I have Notion shortcuts here for quick access to my most used pages. And then I have my business folder. This is pretty self-explanatory. Everything here is stuff I use to operate the business side of things. The only app in here that I really have much to say about is the Facebook Business Suite. About 90% of my social media presence functions off of this app. I schedule pretty much all of my posts in this app except for stories. It just helps me to stay consistent without getting overwhelmed. If you don't already have a post scheduler like this, I strongly recommend getting one. Other than that, I've got email, my Google Drive where I keep all of my files organized, Facebook Messages, LinkedIn, my voice recorder app, my Camera Connect app for uploading photos, Jiffy because I want to get verified on there, Cricut Makerspace, and both Etsy apps for browsing and shop management. Now we're moving on to my entertainment folder. This is just my fun folder. I keep Facebook and TikTok here instead of on my phone. Facebook just takes up a ton of space, and I find that if I keep TikTok on my iPad, it's a lot harder to get stuck in a scrolling loop on there rather than on my phone. Pinterest is here for art inspo, and because we love Pinterest, so much good about Pinterest. I also keep Hulu and Disney on here so I can binge watch Catfish or rewatch Moana whenever I want. And then, of course, I have Kindle for reading and Spotify for music. And now this is my etc. folder. Everything in this folder is stuff that I just don't open very often, but want to have easy access to just in case. I'm not going to go through all of that because it's self-explanatory and boring. So now we are moving on to the fun stuff on my home screen. This is where I keep all of my art and design programs and the stuff that I reference very frequently for creation. To the left, I have a widget pulling inspirational quotes from Pinterest, just for funsies. And I also have another widget that shows the last project I had open in Procreate. And you might think, oh, that's a cute, fun idea. It's actually my version of putting a list of new groceries on the front of the refrigerator so that I don't forget what's in there. So when I'm on my homepage and I'm trying to be like, oh, what should I do? I can immediately see my latest work in progress, and I'm reminded, oh, I can go work on that. That would be fun, rather than opening Facebook. Procreate is where I do all of my drawing. If you are drawing on an iPad and you don't have Procreate, you should get it. It is a one-time payment of $10, and it is so freaking powerful. Procreate is a raster program, which means it operates on pixels. So if you zoom in too close or blow it up too big, you'll see all the little pixels that make up the artwork. But it's a great program for sketching and any illustrative work. I use the Adobe Illustrator app for all of my design work and vector art. This does require an Adobe subscription, but I'll put some great cheap and free alternatives on the screen for you here. Vectornator was my first vector art app, and it's really solid for getting the feel of things if you've never touched vector before. So at this point, I've said vector a few times, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, that means it's a vector-based program. The way I explain vector is that it's making art with math. That is the simplest way to explain it. So when you zoom in, there are no pixels. It's a solid line no matter how close you get. This is why vector files are best for sending artwork off for print, especially large-scale print. I love making vector art. It definitely takes some practice and some getting used to, but it's really fun and super valuable for anyone that wants their designs printed. I mostly use Lightroom for my hobby photography and for sprucing up my thumbnail photos. For my purposes, I pretty much only have it for personal use, but it's my favorite way to edit photos. Behance is a designer's social media networking site, essentially. It's included with any Adobe subscription. I use it for inspiration and as a bit of a portfolio separate from my website. Amazeograph is really only on here for fun. I know Procreate has features that allow you to design mandalas and such, but if I just want to doodle for fun, I'll use Amazeograph because it doesn't have like a huge selection of options. You're very limited in your brushes and colors, and that allows me to just mindlessly draw if I just want to do something for fun. My website is currently hosted on Wix, so I keep the app on here in case I need to create an invoice or check on things. I can't update my site through the app. That's one of the things that I have to go to a laptop for, but I keep it on here just in case. CapCut is the video editing app that I've been using to put my YouTube videos together. I was frustrated with iMovie because I couldn't speed up the clips faster than 2 times, so I moved to CapCut. The only downside I've experienced with it so far is that I'm struggling to upload my own audio. You're supposed to be able to. I can't figure it out. I don't know how. I'm not tech stupid, so I don't know. If you have any suggestions for that, let me know. Other than that, CapCut is super powerful for a free video editing app, and the interface is fairly intuitive. I strongly recommend it if you want to put together videos without shelling out the big bucks for the more popular programs. And of course, Notion, my second brain. I discovered Notion through Kelsey Rodriguez here on YouTube. Check her out if you love art and business content. She is awesome. And I became obsessed with setting up my pages for about 2 weeks. This is where I keep track of all my content planning, art ideas, product ideas, online classes that I'm working through, to-do lists, and more. I have the kind of ADHD that needs structure and organization, and this tool has been just so freaking helpful for me. I can't even begin to explain it. The board view helps me visualize my to-do lists and keeps me from bouncing around between tasks, as I'm very prone to do. And instead of having random notes in my notes app and in my Google Docs and Google Drive and my planner and floating around everywhere, it's all in one place. I could do a whole video on how much I love Notion and how it's been helpful for my ADHD, so let me know if you want to see that. And then to finish off this iPad tour, I have a few more apps on this bar at the bottom of my screen. Google Chrome for internet, I have Keep Notes here and on my phone for quick notes and memos, and grocery lists, YouTube, of course, my photos and my Google Photos, and GoodNotes because it's an awesome PDF viewer and creator and lets me make notes on anything. I used to do digital planning in here before switching to Notion, and it was fun, but just not the right thing for my brain. And whenever I'm ready to put together my digital sticker books, those will be compiled in GoodNotes. And that's it. That is my super powerful laptop replacing iPad tour. If you were intrigued by any of the apps I mentioned here and want me to go more in depth or just have questions about any of this stuff, let me know in a comment below. But yeah, that's everything. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't yet. And whatever you get up to today, no matter the weather, always bring your own sunshine. Bye.